for mayor. It's Tom, but by default.
You know, I really appreciate this 7-minute thing. One question. Brilliant. I don't know who thought that up. I want to give you credit for it. So I'm going to take this a little different direction, I think, than you're used to hearing. You know, what is Richmond's biggest problem? Most people will start talking about things like crime, housing, homelessness, streets, parks, programs for youth, and on and on and on. But you know what? None of those are problems. They're symptoms. And what they're a symptom of is a city that is chronically underfunded. You know, over the last 10 or 15 years, the number of employees in the city of Richmond has gone down about 30%, 20–30%. And of course, the population of Richmond has continued to rise. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to do more and more, and we're trying to do more for more people with less and less money and less employees. So if you know, one of the things I hear most often from people is, I need more patrols in my neighborhood. They're breaking into my cars. They're stealing my stuff. They're speeding. They're doing donuts. You know, those kind of things. And those are most people think of those as problems, but they're symptoms of a city that's underfunded. And people in Richmond expect the same services that people in other cities expect. They expect to get the same level of service that they would get in El Cerrito or Hercules or Walnut Creek or anywhere else. They don't understand why they're not getting that in Richmond. And I'm going to tell you really briefly why. Of 101 cities in the 9-county Bay Area, Richmond is like in the top 3 of low median family income. There's not a lot of money floating around Richmond. The place you get money to run a city primarily are 2 places: property taxes, retail sales taxes. If you don't have a lot of money, you're not going to have a lot of retail sales going on. If your property values are low, you're not going to get a lot of money in property taxes. Now, how low? Let me just show you something here. In Richmond, the median family income is $54,000 annually. The median home price is $507,000. Next door, across the street in El Cerrito, the median family income is $92,000, almost twice as much. And the median home value is $903,000. Again, a little less than twice as much. So, you know, your average home in El Cerrito is paying twice the property taxes of your average home in Richmond. And when you crank all the numbers out, you'll find that Richmond just is not producing the revenue it takes to provide people the services they need. That's the crux of the problem. And it's not getting better, it's getting worse. You know, the predictions are that in the next 5 years, the amount of money paid to OPEB and pension benefits for Richmond public employees is going to take up 40% of our budget. So, the next part of that question is, okay, what's the answer? There really is only one answer, and that answer is to grow the economy. You know, we have to start building in Richmond. We have to bring in businesses. We have to bring in jobs. We have to create retail activity. And we've got to get that revenue in Richmond up to what other cities have. And there are a few candidates that are talking about that. And one of the reasons is that some of our candidates don't like economic activity. They don't want to grow the economy. To them, corporations are evil. Landlords are greedy. Profit is a bad word. But you know what? Everything we do that's going to create revenue for Richmond to pay for the programs we want to pay for is going to take public-private partnerships. We have to work with the private sector, because only the private sector can build and grow our economy. The city's not going to do it. So just to sum up, the biggest problem here are not all these symptoms. The biggest problem is that we're in a financial crunch that's not sustainable. We have to find solutions. And the only solution out there that's really going to work is to grow the economy. And you know, I've heard some candidates talk about, well, we need to spend more money on this, or we need to spend more money on that, or we need to create a new program. You know, we spend more money on rent control than we spend on libraries. And if we keep going that direction, people are not going to get the kind of services they need. And again, I hear candidates talk about moving money around, like my challenger for the mayor's race said last year. Willis said he would like to cut the police department budget and reallocate some of its remaining funding to city youth programs. Well, look, youth programs are great. Everybody wants youth programs. Everybody wants more police. It's a zero, as long as we don't have any additional money, it's a zero-sum game. So, in closing, what we have to do is we really have to focus on growing the economy in Richmond, and we've got to do everything possible to do that. Thank you.